Good evening, and welcome to another frozen guy by the name of Novelist. Welcome to Dissect. It's another episode, and of course, we have some special guests in the building. The man CEO, what's going on?
Yo, brother, I am fine. I am excellent. I am blessed. That's all I can say. But you wasn't really stuck, you know.
Mm,
You
that's
wasn't really stuck.
okay. All right.
Brother, let
Mm,
me not waste time. Just bring the guests on and done
yes,
the thing. One
yes.
time.
Let's bring in Miss Hypeness
Of
right here
course.
with us on the Dissect program. Good evening, Madame. I don't know why you're mute.
Oh,
Whom you
I'm
Okay, there you
sorry.
go.
I thought I would be noisy in the background, so I apologize. Hello, everyone.
It's all good. Uh, but
hold, hold on. I want to get wild with the introduction. Can I please hypeness, can I please get wild with the intro?
Do
Please.
whatever makes you happy, and I will follow.
Let me explain something to the people watching tonight. You see, right now, there, sir, we have the baddest, the hottest, the watch me, the sickest female DJ from Dominican descent on radio ever. Her name is DJ Hypeness, and if you're not done with the hypeness, walk off, come back, and then you will feel the vibes. You don't see you
DJ
don't play.
Hypeness in the building.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Novelist, you could crank off. I'm vacation.
this guy is having a good time. So, Hypeness, what's going on, man?
I'm good. I can't complain at all. I'm very happy that we're finally out doing something compared to last year. So I'm
Right,
happy that I'm
right.
able to travel around and enjoy
Nice,
what I do.
nice. And as we speak, you're sitting in Florida right now.
I'm in Florida right now. Yes.
Niceness. So you know what? Let's just go from the start and have you introduce yourself to the people of Dissect. Let them know who you are.
So I'm Jessica, better known to many as DJ Hypeness, a female DJ born and raised in Dominica.
Mhm.
I took a great love for dancehall, reggae dancehall, so I'm very embedded in the culture.
All right.
But of course, with my background, bouillon music, with growing up with CK and Serenade and all that stuff, I cannot leave that out of my DJing set. So I so much I could say about myself, but I'm a music lover. A female, come from Dominica, music lover.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice. And definitely enjoying what you're doing.
Can I fire off?
100%.
Can I fire off my first question? Please, can I fire off my
Go
first
ahead, sir.
question?
Sure,
So my first question for
sure.
you, DJ Hype Night, DJ Hypeness, is straight off as a female DJ from
hmm
Dominica. What was the reception like for you straight off the bat?
Initially, it was kind of rough because I started in the reggae dancehall part. Mostly Jamaicans book me. 99% of Jamaicans are the ones that book me. So initially, it was a little bit rough with the reception because as a female I'm in the male dominated business, so I had to prove myself by working extremely hard and doing a lot of free gigs just to show my passion and growing at the same time. And one of the best decisions I made was not to be part of a sound system because I was
Right.
asked a lot in the beginning. So what that helped me become a very strong MC as well as a DJ. Being an MC and selecting music is different because
Right.
there are people that have a selector and have an MC. So I'm
Mhm.
grateful that I was able to do that by myself. I can. So in the
so spe-
business,
so
no,
speaking
go
about
ahead.
it, speaking about of like a male dominant you know business that you're in,
hmm
you ever get frustrated playing with some of those guys?
Frustrated in what sense?
Like maybe they will pick on you because you're a female, and try to make you feel like you don't belong where you are, type of thing.
No, not in that sense. I wouldn't say frustrated in that sense. Frustrated with the um lack of bookings. In the
Okay.
beginning, it was very difficult to get booked, and that was frustrating because when you love what you do and you show that you're willing to do it and no one wants to give you the opportunity, it became frustrating. There are times when I wanted to quit.
Right.
Being a mother is also an obstacle when it comes to being a female DJ because you are the primary person with your child. So a lot
Right.
of tough decisions have to be made. But through it all, because I treat my DJ career as number one. Everything I do is number one,
Right.
including my DJ career. So that's why I'm able to stay afloat and be in the position that I'm in. So yeah,
Nice.
there are frustrated moments, but not with the guys, not um whatever you said.
Yeah.
No,
So it's just
I was
more in
trying
the
to
book.
quote you, but I couldn't remember how you said it.
No, it's all
no,
good.
no,
It's
no,
all
no,
good.
no, no, because you see, hypeness, no, no, because I respect you because I caught a couple of your lives on Facebook,
Hmm.
and
I'm grateful.
straight up, you said it was difficult in the initial stages, but like no, how do you how do I say this? What is the response to you as a DJ being female? Because I know, because even Novelist mentioned it last week when we were doing something, when we were talking to a female artist, and I know female artists go hard. So as a
Hmm.
female DJ, what were the challenges that you faced as a female DJ coming up in a fight?
One of the biggest challenges as a female DJ, even now, again, is the bookings. Getting people to take you. Now, a lot of people do take me serious as a female DJ in comparison to when I first started. But one of the
Right.
greatest challenges is still being booked on major events. For example, my boyfriend keeps events. Does he
Right.
book me? No.
Oh wow.
Oh,
No.
hold on.
I have
Whoa,
a lot
whoa,
of friends that keep shows. Do they
Right.
book me? No. So it's being taken as serious as an outsider by the ones that are in your inner circle. That's one of my biggest challenges.
1 second. 1 second. So now you on Dissect, and novelist tell you, I am the fella that does go hard on Dissect. Your boyfriend, if he's watching right now, listen to me, DJ Agnes boyfriend. If you do not book your own girlfriend, do not call me, do not call novelist. Because you know why? Because you is a a
See, you need,
novelist.
see, you need to take a break. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my god. So
No, novelist will tell you, I
Oh
just go
you
hard.
no.
also you also work in a station that's filled with female DJs,
I
right?
actually own the station.
You own the station.
What?
Okay, so
Yes,
what
I
I
own the
want
station.
to what I want to know is how, like, that must be hmm, that must be very different. But why all females though? Why did you choose all females?
Okay. My Turn Radio was created for female DJs because of the struggles that I've seen throughout the industry. And
Right,
because I'm on a platform where a lot of people, my fan base build. I've been doing this for 15 years, so I have a nice fan base. And I utilize my platform to help others because I know the struggle, other women. So therefore, I created this all female DJ platform to highlight women without discriminating against men. Because one thing we do, this is our second year, and this month is going to be the second time that we're doing it.
right,
Father's Day week, we invite male DJs to come on as a way of celebrating men and
right,
fathers. So it's not that we're totally Xing them out. I created this to showcase the talent of women, and it's just a one because when people ask for a lot of times people say, "Oh, I've never seen a female DJ before. I've never heard a female DJ before." And
Right.
there are so many. Why haven't you heard a female DJ before? So I
Right.
think this platform just gives that highlight, and it's just so right in your face that
Right.
you can get to listen to other female DJs. By no way we're discriminating against men. It's
Right.
just an opportunity created for women to showcase their talent so other people can go listen to them.
But that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope because it's. I'm pretty sure there's probably an all male radio station somewhere. But since we're on that topic, what's the name
Mhm.
of the radio station for the people?
It's it's called My Turn Radio, and the reason why it I named it that way, it took me 9 months to get everything up and running, is because when I thought about it, I saw this friend of mine keeping a party yet again. I'm not booked. And I got frustrated. I was sitting in my car. I'm like, what is it about you guys? You guys don't want to book any female? Forget about me, but what about other female
Right.
selectors? And I got frustrated. I said, you know what? It's our turn. It's my turn. And it just stuck. And I was like, you know what? Individually, each woman can say it's my turn.
Right.
So why not just call it My Turn Radio? So collectively, as a team, it's the whole station, but individually, we're all saying it's my turn.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So being a female selector, you said earlier that most of your bookings come from the Jamaican community, right? Have
Yes.
you ever been to Jamaica and played there, like played live in
I
Jamaica?
have actually. I have. Yeah. I had the opportunity to DJ with Mighty Crown, and
Okay,
that's a very popular
indeed,
clash
big sound.
sound.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah. So I had the opportunity to go there to DJ. The following year, they requested me to come back,
Okay.
but that year I got pregnant, so I couldn't go.
Yeah. Your boyfriend locked
The
you down. He said,
challenges of being
"Nah."
a woman.
Yeah.
Of being a woman selector. So, but I've had plenty of requests besides that.
Right.
Sometimes it's a matter of pricing
Okay.
and
So
So
safety.
so I
So when
got
I travel, I do not travel by myself. So some people, like certain places, Jamaica, I'm not gonna go by myself. So it
right,
depends on the promoter. They may not want to spend the extra.
right.
novelist.
Yes, sir.
Can I please ask a question now? You mute me 15 times. It's cool, but I'm gonna go down because one of my questions to you, and I did said it, and I'm gonna ask you, what was some of the challenges as a female DJ that you faced? Because
Bro,
I've listened to
bro,
you play.
bro. You have asked that question 4 times already.
Wait, oh, sorry. Next question. Hold on. Novelist, I haven't read. I haven't read. I haven't read my. I haven't read I haven't read my question. Sorry. So this is this right. DJ DJ hype this on
Yes.
a read, on a read, right, on a read. And I'm going to ask you this as a male. As a male, I don't understand this because I have seen some of your lives on Facebook, and you
Mhm.
select very well. So
Thank you.
I don't understand why people get. I don't understand because even as a male artist, I don't understand why female artists have to double up to do the work. You understand? Novelists,
Mhm.
you catch where I coming from, right? Because because some of the music that we get, even I get, I have female artists doubling up. As a female DJ, what would you tell the male community to let them understand that they don't need to be afraid of you as a DJ?
You know, a lot of times I don't even think it's being afraid. I think it's not taking a lot of us serious. And there are times when some female DJs utilize their bodies as a way to get in, and then they're not taken seriously because they don't have the talent to back it up. And that puts some of us at odds that have the real talent and not using our bodies to get where we want to be. So I think in a lot of cases there are some promoters or male DJs that don't take the women as serious for those reasons. You have to be able to back up what you're doing. Or if you plan on being a DJ or an artist, those are some of the things that you talent have to speak before your body. One. So with that said, what I would tell the guys before knocking us out,
And my
give
glasses,
us that
please.
opportunity to showcase our talent. Get to know
I
us,
chill.
get to know what we can do instead of just Xing us out. Give people a chance to hear us.
Most definitely. Hypeness.
What? Wait. Novelist, I like what she just said.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
like what she just said
Go ahead. Go ahead.
because I realize, for real, what she said is there are a lot of artists and DJs that have to use their body to utilize something. Hypeness, I'm going to ask you a different question
Hmm.
because, like you said, because I don't think novelists hit on this. What part of Dominica are you from?
I'm a country girl. I'm from La Plaine.
So that means you're from Run Green Country.
Yes. His part of town, yes.
And let me ask you this, and straight up, why did you decide to do that? Because you said a lot of your bookings come from Jamaica, which means you play the dancehall thing, correct?
I do play a lot of dancehall, but I also incorporate my music, my culture, and I want to get more involved. I want to be booked more by Dominicans. I want them to see that I'm here trying to represent for my island. I do not want to be exiled, but so far I've only been booked by one Dominican promoter. That's it.
Wow. And that was in New York City, right?
That was in New York City,
Yeah.
and she made me play first when there was hardly anybody in the club. So
Wow.
still didn't get to showcase, you know.
Well, it's always your own, but but
But
Novelist,
I guess because
I
she
don't
didn't
promote
know,
that.
she respected me as a DJ. She saw what I did on live. She
right.
wanted me to be part of it, but she probably, one thing I tell my DJs that are on my station, being on the radio, being on live is very, very different from playing in the club. It's a
Oh yeah.
totally different ball game.
Yeah.
You could mix your ASS off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about mixing, it's about song selection, crowd interaction, and reading your crowd.
Energy. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So um I guess she probably didn't know what I could do in a club. I don't know, but I'm a vibe.
Right.
Again, because novelist, I feel they put her first because they thought she was soft, but they realized she could go hard. If you understand what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Well, you ain't gotta prove yourself to nobody. You're doing your
Exact.
thing. You got your own radio station, and you got all the businesses as well that you run apart from this music
Right.
stuff, right? So
I do. I
you're
do. I spent 10 years in the medical field.
okay.
I resigned as a burn care specialist and I
Right.
opened up my own business. It's a print shop in
Right.
Connecticut
Mm-hmm.
where we do printing for shirts, sweatpants, or flyers, banners. We do a lot of different things. And I started my own clothing line that I'm going to launch very soon
Okay.
called Young and Privileged. So
Right.
I'm a person that's always busy, but again, everything is treated as priority. Nothing has second place. Everything is first place.
Nice.
So
So
DJ Hypeness, why the name Hypeness?
That's a good question. A big secret.
This came from management. This came from management. I read it and I said it. I even posted it up so nobody could see it. I read it and I said it. Why the name Hypeness?
Okay. Interesting. My name is actually part of a very popular person's name. Way back in the days, I used to be called J Law, DJ J Law, short for Jessica Lawrence, but a lot of people would introduce me as J-Lo, and I didn't like that because I wasn't trying to be like her.
Right.
And that friend of mine at the time, he was a very popular DJ at the time, and he told me that my name needs to stand out. And instead of putting Lady J, it was Lady J Law or something like that.
Right.
I have to let people know that I'm a DJ. And at the time, I had a little temper going on. So he had the name Hype attached to his name, and because we were very, very close,
Hmm.
I said, well, I'm DJ Hypeness. Hypeness
Okay.
is, I'll leave that for you guys to figure out. I ain't calling
Yeah,
nobody name.
yeah, it's all good.
No,
We're not trying to get you in trouble anyway. So,
nowhere at all.
Right.
Nowhere at all. Nowhere at all.
so throughout your careers, do you have like any mixtape out there that maybe dancehall mixtape?
I have
Yeah,
dancehall mixtape. I have a soca mix that I released recently with some bouillon. It's called Afro Soca and Bouillon.
okay,
It's on Audio Mac. I don't do mixtapes very frequently. I
right.
don't go live or record myself playing music very frequently,
Mm,
and I'll tell you why. It may play against me, it may not, I don't know, but um I'm a type of DJ that is an element of surprise.
right.
I don't like to be predictable.
Mm-hmm.
When I go out to play, I like to be that element of surprise. So for that purpose, I don't give too much of my work.
I can respect that.
I'll do snippets,
Right.
but I don't do too much.
Oh, I respect that totally. The
Because
one of
when you're
the
at a club, you don't want to hear what you hear all the time on live, right?
Yeah, exactly. It could definitely be played out. It's like, okay, I hear hypeness all the time live, so go to the club. What difference does it make, right?
Right. And not only that, sometimes I rather they see me in person and the vibe and the energy.
Right.
95% of my bookings come from word of mouth.
Okay.
This person that was just attending the party tagging me on Instagram or
Right.
Facebook and telling people, yo, she's dope, she's bad. I think that to me is more powerful than listening to a mixtape because, again, playing on a mixtape or playing on live is different from being at a club.
Definitely. And speaking about club, I know we have you outside of the club right now because you're performing. Well, you should be performing while you're talking to us right now. No.
It's an outdoor event, yes, and there's hardly anybody there right now, so
Okay.
I
Okay.
can get away with it.
But
But it's in Miami.
right. But since this COVID thing, that's not your first trip to Miami, is it? Because
No, but the last time I was here, I didn't
you
DJ.
didn't DJ. Okay.
I just met up with my boyfriend because he was the one DJing here. He's a DJ as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Um, I was in New Jersey was it last weekend? Last weekend or the weekend before? It was New Jersey. Then I went to Atlanta for a celebrity soccer match.
Okay.
And then I just came here just to relax. Nothing crazy.
You're a big soccer fan, aren't you?
No, actually,
No.
I'm not. I don't
oh,
even know how to play
oh,
soccer.
hold on. Novelist. But hold on, novelist. I need to do some mathematics. She said she just did A, then she did B. She came over here to relax. So how relaxing end up with you playing? I don't get that.
No, I'm talking about last time I was here. He said I was here before.
She
So
was
I'm saying
there last,
last time I was here, I was just here to relax.
and this time
Nice.
she's there to play right now.
This time you're here to play. So imagine DJ Hackness. I know we have some viewers in Florida. We need them to know where you're going to be playing right now. So tell them where you at right now so they can get in their vehicles and get there right now. I am
This
playing this.
is
You,
Ford, it's in Miami. Hold on, let me ask the security. What's the address? I don't even remember.
CEO sent hypeness on a
You
hunt to
hear the
find out the
music?
address. We could definitely hear the music. So if you're in Miami, I guess. Do you know the
If
I
name of the
will. I
club?
will post the address.
All right.
It's
right,
it's called. It's an event. It's a year-to-year event that's usually held in New York.
whoa.
Oh, we lost hypeness there for a
Well,
minute.
that's this is for a minute. But if you in Miami, hold on.
Apologies. My apologies.
Yeah,
It's
no
an
problem.
event that's usually held in New York City called Crush, and they
Okay,
took it down here. Because New York has so many restrictions and
right,
Florida is a little bit more open.
right.
So it's a dancehall event called Crush. It's all black. As you can see, I'm wearing all black.
Okay,
It's an all black event.
nice. Well, but what's the energy like? Well, apart from Miami right now, because nothing is like you said. There's hardly anybody there. But what's the energy like in New Jersey or even Atlanta? Like uh,
When it comes to parties,
when it comes to partying and like within this time right now with all this COVID thing.
Connecticut has the most events being held right now. New York,
Okay.
hardly anything is being held in New York.
And I just came from an event
Atlanta,
from
the
Kennedy.
energy, yeah, Connecticut has a lot of good high energy events.
Right.
Atlanta is going on good because I kept an event with an art artist called Chanel Muir in
Hmm.
Atlanta in November, which was very successful. I flew in a few DJs
Right.
and hired some in Atlanta. It was good. It was really good.
Chanel Miller is the shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say this, but she is good.
She did really good. She performed really well. I keep events as well, not just DJ, but I keep events too.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, yeah. Anything planned for this? Everything is opening
Um,
up now.
we were. I was talking to Cornell about Carlin XP
Okay.
to try to bring her up.
Okay.
Um, we took a little bit too long, and the location that I wanted it was taken. So I'm in the process of trying to look for somewhere else. And if I can get somewhere else, then I'll do that with
Right.
her.
Okay.
Novelist,
That
can you
that
see
would,
the
that
Soak her
would,
question on your
hydration.
screen?
that would definitely be dope. Nigel wants to know how have you adjusted as a DJ during COVID?
That's a good question. All my gigs got canceled last year.
Right.
Some things I got paid gigs when I went live. Some of them were paid.
Hmm.
Um, mm, it helped me sharpen up my skills though.
Right.
Um, go through more music because before I really didn't have a lot of time to go through music, working a 12-hour shift job.
Right.
So with that COVID time, it helped me rethink and redo a lot of things. So readjusting was strengthening up my DJ skills, my MC skills got
Right.
sharper than it used to be,
Nice.
and being a business owner. So that those were some of the readjustments.
Okay. Nice. So you're not one of those people that just sit down and say, "Oh, they ain't got nothing to do, so I'm just chilling."
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I took that time out to reinvent myself. I
Right.
kept event during the COVID, open up a business during the COVID, and just strengthen in areas and put some more work on the radio station as well.
Nice. And for you guys listening, that's take it from her. You got to keep going. You sit down and worry and stress and you know. So I guess you're looking forward to all this. Everything is opening back up. Business is probably going to boom on every end.
Right.
Right.
I'm looking forward to that. I have a few bookings coming up. Um, this month is kind of soft,
Right.
but next month it definitely will be picking up.
All right.
If everything works out as planned, September 5th, Labor Day weekend, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have an event on the beach. We're working on which artists we're gonna add. And when I say we, if I'm keeping something outside of where I'm from, I collaborate with people that are either local in the area or
Right,
investors to keep the event to make it what it should be.
right. Definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Novelist,
Yes.
And yes,
can
sir.
I
Go ahead.
can I drop a thing?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can I really drop a thing? DJ Hypeness, I am looking forward to hearing you in a live event. So,
Okay, where you live? Where you live?
well, I live in Michigan right now, unfortunately, which is the white people thing.
Oh my goodness.
But I honestly say, I looking forward to seeing something drop in September for Labor Day. Like you said, Labor Day weekend. I don't know where you're gonna be at,
It's
but
gonna be in Miami though,
ooh,
on the beach.
ooh. Well, I could
You
organize
can
that.
start swimming.
I have some events coming up in New York.
Right.
New York, Connecticut. I should be in Connecticut August 8th alongside Stilly Bashman. That's a soul to soul.
Right.
The good thing about me, I'm very well rounded as a DJ. I'm not stuck in reggae dancehall. I'm
Mhm.
able to play a multiple amount of genres, including souls. So Steely Bashman, I'm sure a lot of you probably heard of him.
Yeah, I heard of Still Bashment.
Okay.
I have
Uh,
also
okay. July 3rd, I'll be in the Bronx.
nice.
July 30th, I'll be in Maryland. Trying to remember all my events.
So how could everybody follow
I
you?
have a few.
How could everybody follow you on Instagram, Facebook, and all that, all social media platform? What name are we looking for?
All social media platforms are under DJ Hypeness. That's DJHYPENESS. I make it very easy. I do not change my phone number. I do not change any hashtags or anything associated to DJ Hypeness, me. I
Right.
make it very easy for many years to come. You'll always be able to find me. Everything is DJ Hypeness.
Nice. So hopefully one day I'll see you in a non. Well, I don't want to say a non-Jamaican
You're
part, but in a Dominican
you're in
part.
Canada?
Yes, I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hopefully when you guys open up,
yeah,
I
we
have a
waiting because
few prospective bookings over there, but they're waiting for them to open up.
right. Yeah, we're waiting to open up because I DJ as well, right? I got a team called Islands Therapy. So
Okay.
and we can't come across. We usually go to New York every year. We can't go anywhere. We're just we're just chilling for now.
I heard if you guys leave, you have to pay for your own
We gotta
quarantine
pay
for two
for our own
weeks.
quarantine, hotels, all that good stuff. They lock us off the welfare, like you know how we got that health thing, health
Hmm.
benefits. If we fly and we get sick, we're responsible for ourselves. So
Wow, they made it really tough, huh?
yes, indeed. So
Wow.
yeah, we grounded, but it's all good.
America is unruly. They travel everywhere.
Yep, yep. It is what it is. So,
Yeah.
Hypeness, thank you for joining us, and
No problem. My
hope,
pleasure.
nice. So, hopefully we can do this again in the near future.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, you have a blessed show this evening. All right,
Thank you very much. You big up yourself.
done now.
You need some sleep.
Yeah, he need more than sleep.
Which one? Which one?
you, you.
No, I don't really sleep because as I get off the show, I'm mixing. I have to engineer, so it's live.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay, okay.
live. But big up
Got
DJ
you.
Hypeness. Big up DJ Hypeness. Big up the man novelist. Neck, you know what I do. Novelist.
All right, that was DJ Hypeness. Make sure you follow her on all social medias. Um, Crazy DJ. She has her own radio station, all female radio station. So definitely look out for her. She has a printing shop in Connecticut as well. Just look up Miss Hypeness, all right? We have our second guest as we keep the show moving this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Another entrepreneur in the, should I say, Canada or the city of Toronto. She goes by the name of Miss Carrie Ann Joseph. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness, sorry.
I'm good.
I apologize.
We're getting feedback from you.
Yeah, I actually had to get out of this. Oh my goodness. I apologize. I was on the go and
Right.
I chimed in from my phone. I said, I'm home now. Let me chime in from the computer.
No, okay, it's all good. So how's everything?
I am good. I'm
Ni-
actually very, how would I say it? Always in a constant state of gratitude. So thank
Nice,
you for the
nice.
opportunity to share here on this platform. So thank you for inviting me.
Most welcome, and of course, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So we usually start and have the guests introduce themselves,
It's true.
tell the people where they're from. So it's your turn.
Okay. Well, for myself, well, my name is Carrie Ann Joseph McLean. And I live in Ajax, which is not too far from Toronto. So I guess Toronto is the place.
Right.
And originally I was born in Antigua and I grew up in Dominica. So I have best of all three worlds.
That's it in a snippet. So you have a few businesses that you're involved in.
Yes,
One of these businesses is called Rich Tree,
correct.
right?
There's a long story behind that, but yes.
What's that? Sorry.
There's a long story behind the name, but yes.
Okay, so yeah, so let's get into it. Should we get into the name since this is a long story?
Sure. Well, I'll make it short. I'll condense it.
All right.
I did that 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I was dating my now husband, we were thinking about business names and we thought about Rich Tree. And
Right.
then we want to incorporate the word legacy because we want to change, different lives, path.
Right.
So it was Rich Tree Legacy. And so I loved that name. So
Mm-hmm.
it basically is many branches of our business that can impact many lives. So Rich Tree, it's basically the root.
Wow, I like that. I like that. Yeah, that makes sense. So, but okay, so what is Rich Tree though?
So Rich Tree basically it's for myself that was the name that we fell in love with. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, because we want to have multiple streams of income, as we basically expand our wings,
Right.
we collabed with a Canadian company here,
Mm-hmm.
and that Canadian company allowed us to be able to introduce health and wellness to individuals that we have met along our path, and even individuals we have not yet met. So one of that was because I'll just bring on a little snippet. My aunt, who passed away about 10 years ago,
Right.
I'm not a health practitioner. I'm just a health enthusiast. So in that case, when this was shared with me, I decided to press forward as an entrepreneur. And so
Mm-hmm.
now, almost 10 years later, I've transitioned from part time to full time, and
Right.
basically providing everyday consumable items with a superfood infused into it.
Mm.
So for me, it's like think of it this way: we all know we have to take healthy things, but we don't necessarily like the taste of it.
Right.
And back home, we have different kind of bush that
Mm-hmm.
you do for this and that, right?
Right.
And growing up, my mom is you take once a month for your detox or your cleansing as a kid, and your grandmother would give you a whole bunch of stuff, and I said,
Right.
why not?
Right.
So basically, by consuming it myself and having lots of testimonials, I
Mm-hmm.
just fell in love with the product. I fell in love with the company, their mission,
Right.
and I decided to collab with them. And I'm so thankful
Right.
because I'm able to impact lives, not just here in Ajax, but in
Right.
different parts of the world, and
So
make a great friendship as well.
okay, nice. So okay, so you said you guys provide like so these are not like this is not like medicine or anything. This is like
Yeah.
things you could take like on a daily basis.
Right. So an example would be for myself, and I'll share my testimony. I've had seasonal allergies for 21 years. I'm in this country
Right.
for 31 years, past
Mm.
January. And I started just consuming the everyday item like teas, because I love
Right.
tea
Right.
and I love hot cocoa and all those kind of things. But I didn't necessarily like to take a lot of vitamins.
Okay.
And I would start good, stop good. And then because this actual product, which is the infusion of this superfood, is the base for all our products, or most of them. And so I'm drinking my teas, my coffees, my customers are doing that. We've been able, especially with COVID,
Right.
because a lot of people are not able to go in to get what they want for themselves, and some people are fearful of going out to get things in the store. My customer base actually increased, and because there's a need for some type of a superfood that
Right.
will support the immune system and more. And I'm very thankful that I can take it for myself because I don't do aftertaste. I don't do
Right.
anything with bitter aftertaste.
Right.
I was able to have my teas and my now coffee drinker because I wasn't before. And
Right.
this superfood was infused into it, you can't taste it. So there's many different, backed by science, information that can be shared, which is not
Right.
part of our company. And these are like third, peer-reviewed studies of individuals who have consumed this herb or this actual superfood, and things like, in my case, my cousin who was diagnosed with cancer,
Mm-hmm.
individuals have a stroke. Not everyone's the same, of course. Individuals
Right.
have asthma, but the main thing is that it supports the immune system. And I love the fact that we have a lot of backing, especially with IBM, that you can
Mm-hmm.
track the source of where these things come from.
Right.
And we have also the ability from Health Canada that we have the natural part numbers that actually can back us to say that these things are actually true. So for me, I don't have to do all of the actual legwork, but I'm able
Right.
to collab with them and to be able to help people along my path. And for me, the first thing is I noticed, just share with you my little piece of my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm generally a healthy person, but
Right.
allergies kick my butt.
Yeah.
My voice would change like several octaves. I sound like a guy.
Right.
That's how bad it would be for like 9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And for 21 years, it was just reaction. And that sucker's expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as I started consuming the teas, and I noticed that it didn't trigger for 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Oh, must be a fluke. Continued on to that was the September, that was the fall, going into March. Nothing. I go, It's been like almost 10 years, and I haven't had to use any reactant.
Oh wow. So
And
okay,
so I go
not
ahead.
not to cut you off. I want you to come back right to that point
Sure,
where you
yeah,
are, because I know a lot of people with allergies,
yeah.
right? So what's the name of that tea that just when they, we're gonna send them to the right
Oh, sure, yeah.
places.
So I'd be more than happy to share it. So actually, let me just make sure I make this very clear.
Right.
It's not the tea. It's not the hot cocoa. It's not the coffee. These are just delivery mechanisms to get the superfood into your body.
Right.
Because if you think of people who are taking medication now, if you add more and more thing to it, it's like one more thing, one more pill,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if they're
Right.
consuming coffee, tea, hot cocoa, and they just switch the brand, and then they have their own experience.
Right.
Now, I might
Okay.
have allergies, and like I said, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And some people have to take needle for their allergies.
Okay.
I
Wow.
did it my aunt. Some people have
Serious.
very bad. I didn't have to take the needle, but I had to take like 20 milligrams of reactant, which is like in the States, it's like Claritin and all those things.
Right.
But here, um, I gravitated what I liked, which was tea.
Mm-hmm.
You may gravitate to coffee because you love coffee,
Right.
and you might gravitate to hot cocoa, right? Like there's some adults who just don't like the taste of tea or coffee, but they like hot cocoa.
Right.
Little Dominican, they come out to me. Sorry.
That's all right.
So I'm just saying that I have a mixture of both dialects, anyways. But I love tea. I gravitate to that. So I just drank that, and I noticed because I drink tea at least once or twice a day, and I noticed that didn't trigger.
Nice.
And I'd say in the last 10 years, I've actually gotten what I think sick maybe twice. And that was something totally different because it worked in the corporate office, and it was like a lot of stress. So
Right.
when God tells you to slow down, you don't. You're disobedient. I'm just
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens. So and but I paid attention. But my allergies never triggered, and a lot more other things as well for me, which I won't get into. But
Right.
my thing would be just try it, give yourself a challenge, and see what your body tells you, because the body doesn't lie.
Right.
I can speak facts, but if your body's taking it and you like it, then yeah.
Yeah. Why not? So this is Rich Tree, by the way, we're talking
So
about
yeah, Rich Tree is my company's name,
your company.
mine and my
So
husband's, and the company that I collab with is called Organo.
Organo. So, but you would rather the people go to Rich Tree,
Well, it'll come to me, of course, because
right?
I'll be able to supply to them. And it comes from, if you're in Canada, it comes from Victoria, BC.
Right.
And then if you're in different countries, because we have warehouses and offices in different countries, it'll come from the warehouse to their address. Oh,
Oh,
sorry. You have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
because you mentioned about superfoods,
Yes,
and you said there are differences. There's some people who like teas. There's some people who like coffees.
right.
I'm a coffee person
Mm.
myself. So my question to you is, what when you say superfoods, what is a superfood? Can you
So,
define a superfood,
sure. So, and
please?
again, I'm going to state this. I'm not a health practitioner, I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm a health enthusiast. And I've learned a lot in the last 10 years from naturopathic doctors. So, I'm just going to paraphrase a little. So, things like spirulina and things like this herb that's infused, which is called reishi, or we call it Ganoderma lucidum. There's things like goji berries. All these types of superfoods on the planet
Hmm.
actually helps your body get the right nutrients. So think of it like you're getting like nutrition for the body, which helps your overall cells, your body, your organs, your skin, everything. Most of the foods that we have on this planet are depleted in nutrients.
Right.
The amount of time it takes for them to get to market, the soil, everything, what's organic is not quite organic. And
Yeah.
so I don't want to get into that direction, but I'm just saying that most of us take vitamins to supplement the food that we have because we don't have enough quantity, oh sorry, quality of foods
Right.
to provide all the right nutrients. So we go to like vitamins, vitamin D, we go to
Right.
omegas, we eat, you can eat X amount of fish and not get enough omegas. You can have enough amount of food and not get enough calcium, right? Because
Right.
your body, everybody's body is different. But what this whole food does, because it's considered a whole food, this
Hmm.
actual herb, and you guys actually it's called it's a mushroom, and that mushroom it's the good kind. It's not the one.
No, I bounce back because no novelist. I bounce back because I do like I do fencing, right, novelist, and there's somebody in my fencing club who is all about mushrooms.
Yeah,
So that's why I bounce back because of it.
there's amazing.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, think of it this way: there's an intricacy with these mushrooms, and there's lots on the planet.
Hmm.
But this actual particular one, you've heard of ginseng, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
Yes,
The
Yeah.
ginseng is a superfood,
of
Mhm.
course.
Yeah.
right? So,
Hmm.
but think of it this way: on the chart of all the herbs on the planet, or mushrooms, this herb reishi surpasses ginseng.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's number one. So
Right.
there's tons
Wow.
of studies. For now, it's number one. And so for me, if I'm getting all the nutrients into my body, and customers are actually noticing things. A perfect example is my mother, and I shared with you, novelist, that my mom had a stroke.
Right.
And so for me, all the medication that she's taking, there's lots of side effects.
Right.
So for me, I know this herb has no negative interaction with any medication. And so there's over 4,000 years of history on this herb.
Hmm.
So I know pharmaceuticals is 20 years and then they can bring it to market, right?
Right.
But my mom has been consuming this for almost 10 years. Even though she had a stroke, there's a lot of factors in place because of, diet and all
Right.
that stuff. And she's done tests with her kidneys because, some medication for diabetes can damage your kidneys, all these things, because I took her to
Right.
all the appointments and there's no kidney damage. Her pressure's fine. Even though she's taking pressure pills, when you drink regular coffee, it's known to spike your pressure. And
That's right.
pressure's good. Pressure
Right.
is actually good because I'm the one that prepares her meals for her.
Right.
But my thing is that I love helping people. I love sharing. I love educating. That's one of the things.
Hmm.
When I teach, I actually learn as well. And when I share, I feel that I'm giving something that adds value.
Right.
And so if I can give it to share something with you and you can make a decision, okay, I'm going to consume this and see what it does to me. No matter what Carrie Ann says, I'm going to pay attention to my body. And you start noticing little things. But all you've done is change out your brand of coffee, tea, or hot cocoa, whatever it is.
Right.
And you're coming back to give me testimonials. You don't realize how much that does me good. And the main reason why I started with this collaboration is that my aunt who passed away, she had two terminal illnesses. And because she had these two illnesses, there's nothing they could do for her. She fell between the cracks and there's nothing they
Right.
could have done for her. And diet, drugs, nothing. So she passed away within 2 years. And she was
Right.
like the track of our family. And I really wanted to share, to help her. And I couldn't. And I'm going to mention God here, but in God's divine timing,
Mm-hmm.
because 3 weeks after she passed, someone shared with me a cup of mocha.
Oh wow.
But I knew about this herb after. But
Right.
then in my prayer and meditation, it wasn't for her. It was for
Right.
me to be able to pass on to other people. So for me, I said I'm not a health practitioner, I'm not a nutritionist, but I have a passion for being proactive.
Right.
Be proactive with your health. You know that saying, prevention is better than cure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, especially with COVID, people are highly stressed. And they have this ability to internalize, and then it impacts their health in different ways.
Right.
So one major thing that this herb does, it actually de-stresses the body. There's something called there's actually a PubMed. PubMed is where all doctors go to put their studies. It has nothing to do with our company.
Right.
I go through there all the time. I mean, I've had friends who've had fibromyalgia and they had to cut off anything that wasn't organic, including coffee, because of how coffee is processed with mold and stuff like that.
Yes.
And all coffee doesn't have that. You're able to trace exactly down to the farmer where from IBM the tracking we have, where the source of the tea leaves came from, where the coffee beans came from, where the herb cup came from. I say herb today. I tend to gravitate to that word.
Right.
And you can track everything. Now, for me, it's important that even though I'm adding value by what I share with the products, I want you to have a long-term relationship with me.
Right.
In the sense of I'm being a very good supplier of my beverages, but you're also receiving value because it's helping your body, mind, and spirit. And there's actually a PubMed um, ID, they call it, in this particular. It's like where they track all these studies, like
Mhm.
years and years of studies, and one of them actually, three of them states that it actually helps with the body, mind, and spirit.
Nice.
So for me, it's so timely because June is actually Men's Health Month, right? And a lot of people, especially men, I'm not knocking you guys. I'm just saying that it's something, not all men, but some of you tend to put off checking your health
Right.
and not place it a priority. And I want to implore everyone who's listening, if you're a man, have yourself checked. Just check yourself to make sure that you're fine. Especially people with our color, especially things like you're depleting the vitamin D, right? We are in a country where we get like maybe 4 or 5 months of sun,
Yes.
and then you don't get the right vitamin D that you need. I take vitamin D3 in conjunction with what I'm consuming, because your body can deplete after you hit a certain age, right?
Right.
Next month I'll be turning 50, right? So I'm just saying that at the end of the day, you want to live a life where you're being proactive. And if guys can just go out and not put it off, don't be afraid to go and have the full checkup. Even ask to have your vitamin D3 checked, because that's not covered under here in Canada. It's not covered under your regular blood work.
Right.
And just see how your body's functioning so you can know how to move forward. And if you're feeling anything that's not quite right, just call the doctor and book an appointment, even if it's over the phone. I'm digressing, but I'm just saying it just came into my mind, my spirit, to say that.
Right.
So this month is just, a lot of people tend to gravitate to being online all the time, and they don't tend to unplug, quiet the mind, meditate, consume things that will help their body because you're stressed, going into the mindset of stress, reactive, but not being proactive.
Hmm.
So if you can be proactive with one thing I can gift you, just to go to the doctor to see how you're at, or just maybe just call for an appointment and speak if you're not allowing face-to-faces yet, and
Right.
then start including things into your diet that'll help you become more balanced. Last year, before my mom had this stroke, my spirit led me to just start walking. Pay attention to your gut. I
Right.
started with self-care walk because I'm working from home for my business. You tend to sit a lot. So I said, man, I'm too young for this. Knees start hurting, hips start hurting, back start hurting. No, I'm too young for this. I said, what? I'm in the computer. I'm like, you're like in one position, right? And taking a break because we tend to get consumed. And I said,
Right.
no. And I started walking. And I've been journaling that on my Facebook page every day. And I
Yeah,
started walking 3 miles, 4 miles. Now I'm up to 7 miles a day, and then I cycle too. So I do that. But
nice.
that prepared me for what was going to happen with my mom because
Right.
she's bedbound right
Wow.
now. All right. So for me, mentally, I'm okay. Emotionally, I'm fine. I just need to sleep more. That's
Yeah.
all. Right.
So, so novelist,
Hmm.
we've dealt with the health part,
Yeah.
but novelist happened to send me a link,
Yes.
and I also realized that you very, 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 very good at event planning, and novelist, trust me, you sent me that thing, and I took about 20 minutes before I left out to go to what the event I was going to before I went to
Right.
it. And I checked out the page of your design, your interior design thing where
It's
you
it's called Kimai Decor and Event Design, right?
right. Yes, I went onto Instagram and I definitely checked out the page, and I saw that she is very, very, very talented in that skill set.
Thank you.
So if we could cross, I mean, I appreciate the health vibe,
You're
and
welcome. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you this. After we get off live, I'm going to get on to Novelist to let me link get to you directly myself,
Thank you.
so that I could deal with the health thing for me and my wife.
Yes.
But right now, I need to talk about the other business.
Yes. Yes. So that business came about. Again, I don't believe in coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence. It's just divinely appointed. 3 years ago, 2017 actually, I was downsized from my 18-year career in corporate. I worked in IT.
Mhm.
I did broad projects, and for me, I felt rewarded, but it was very stressful. But I always said that everything happens for a time and a season, and if God decides to just close those doors, then I was like forced push through out the door. And then, sorry, I'm at my home.
That's okay.
So I'm just saying that whilst I was felt like I was lost for that little while because you're going, the
Mhm.
idea came for me to just do some decor. And majority of the stuff you see, I created.
Right.
I am a DIY chick. I'm a do-it-yourself.
Mhm.
I do lots of like detailed work, and
Yes.
I always like to. I see something and I can just visualize it and I can recreate it. That's just how
Right.
my brain works. And I just started one day and I said, okay, people have been telling me I should do this, and I've been doing it for 3 years. And I did my niece's wedding in St. Lucia, and no
Right.
one who didn't know me, but my niece kept saying, my aunt did this, and she did the bouquet, and she did the candy station. And the lady looked at me randomly, and she goes, "Where's your business? Are you on Instagram?" I go, "No, I just did it for my niece." She goes, "I didn't know the lady's name. I didn't know who she was." She looks at me, she goes, "If you don't start a business, me and you're gonna vex." I go, "Huh?" So I just started doing it, and then I started. It took me 3 months to do most of the work that I wanted to do, and I just launched my business in 3 months. I didn't have a business plan. I just went with my intuition. I
Right.
went with my gut, and I just posted some stuff on Facebook, and I got referrals. Everything was word of mouth, and I got a lot of jobs just from referrals.
Wow.
And then I started posting more things. Like I would put together. I can do live flowers and fresh flowers. I can
Right.
do
Oh,
synthetic. I can do. If you look at the things online, most of the things that you've seen, I put them together.
right.
Like I would put two pieces together and create a whole new piece. And so that's how my company started. And Kimai is actually my nickname.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
My cousin gave that to me, and she
you,
calls me Kimai in public.
yeah,
no,
I was wondering what it meant and if it was gonna be as deep as Rich Tree or
Not
something.
so deep. As one day she was thinking of her daughter, which is Kimandra, and she
Right.
looked at me and she, instead of saying Carrie Ann, she said Kimai, and that has stuck with me
Oh,
for
okay.
like 18 years.
no. But novelist. Let me tell you something. You sent me the link, and I went on the link you sent me, and bruh, because I saw a wedding. I saw a wedding, and I
that
saw
that wedding is that the wedding in Saint Lucia that he's talking about?
No, I think it was the one with the yellow and blue flowers. Is that the one you're referring to? With the
no. It was a I don't know if it's yellow and blue, but I was looking at a black and gold thingy. That's what I
Oh
saw
yeah, that was a
in
60.
a in a
Yeah.
backyard, and yo, bruh, she did so much of an excellent job in the pictures. Like I was going through, and when I went through about 5 or 6 pictures, and you know me, novelist, you know me. You know I'm a kind of 1-2 guy. If I go through 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't make sense. I quit it.
Mm.
I went through 5, 6, 7, 8, and I was like, yo, this is on point.
Yeah,
And
you do
I'm
have some beautiful pictures on
Thank
on the
you.
Instagram.
no.
So, but you don't just do weddings.
No, I do also. I do corporate. I do private. I do special events. I also coordinate as well. So I'm more like a event, not an event planner per se, but I
Mhm.
work with the event planners.
Okay.
And I also, if you want me to coordinate the actual with the event planner to coordinate the day of, I can
Right.
do that as well.
Okay.
I do that for a few, and somehow I end up being an MC as well. I don't know. Every
Wait,
single event,
I
I get
haven't seen
asked,
that.
"Can you
Wait.
MC the event?" I go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna MC. No problem. Sure, no problem." And then I end up being MC.
novelist, that's what get that's kind of something familiar. Novelist, like my own cousin was getting married. I had nothing to do with the wedding, and I ended up being the MC at the reception, like for no apparent reason.
Were you voluntold?
No, I was volunteered, like earned. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
Yeah,
so I seen in some of the pictures you have on Instagram. Um, there's like little treats and stuff. Do you guys provide that as well?
I
Or
do that. So I do candy stations,
okay.
and some I make from scratch, and some I don't.
Mm.
But I like collabing with other businesses who actually provide that service because I think it's important that we support each other.
Yeah.
Like I'm not great at making balloon decor,
No. Mm.
but I will engage with someone. If someone wants to do a balloon background, I can collab with that person,
Right.
and then it's always good to what source because you want referrals from different parties because that person may not be able to do candy stations or do the decor that I do or fresh flowers, but
Probably know
we can
somebody that
collab,
could.
right?
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so for me, I learned. I showed my mom some of the pictures and stuff, and she goes, "Oh, nice, nice." I said, "I got your talent, didn't I?" She goes, "Yeah." So for me, it's something that for me, I've always been a DIY person,
Right.
and I've made things and I've looked at it and I say, okay, that's just too expensive. And I want something that's so I just create it myself, and it comes with something even better or the same. And that's how I started with my designs.
my biggest question to you though
Hmm.
is, do you only do it in the location that you are, or do you do
No, no, I
it
travel.
across the border?
I travel. Like I've done, like for example, St. Lucia. I create everything here, and I took it with me, and assembled it there.
Right,
So,
Oh,
right.
nice.
so I did like the bouquets, I did the candy station, and then I did a few other things, and of course for the actual ceremony, I we prepared some stuff as well.
Right. So that means if somebody needs you to cross the border a little bit south
Yeah.
from where you at, you're good.
Okay.
Nov-
Yeah. Traveling is my middle name. I love traveling.
oh Lord, novelist. This is where I hand off to you.
Oh,
Cause
before you go, I just want to mention one thing as well. During COVID,
Mhm.
and of course,
yes,
opportunities come and the unlikeliest of time. I was invited to be a co-author with a book, so I'm actually now a co-author.
Yes.
wow.
And
I
I'm
actually
still sorry. Go ahead. You were
no,
saying?
go ahead. I actually wanted to go there, but go ahead. Go ahead.
That's why I wasn't leaving it live. I was just telling him.
Oh,
I was
next.
telling him next. So you went ahead.
I thought you said like you were going. So it's like okay,
No. Novelist know me.
That's what he does.
okay. Duly noted.
Novelist will tell you when they see you. Will tell you, novelist, it's your turn. It's your vibe.
All right.
We're going somewhere where novelists wanted to go.
I
Okay,
got
so
you. Yes.
since we in the book, we jump to a book.
We in the book.
What's the name of is this your first book, by the way?
It's my first collab or a as a co-author.
Right.
So again, I don't believe in coincidence. I met one of my customers.
Mm-hmm.
She is a beautiful person. Her name is Pat Russell, and I met her about 2 years ago at an event where I was showcasing the beverages, and she started being a customer. And
Right.
in her prayer time, I came into her spirit and she called me and she goes, "You've been talking for a while, but my spirit led me to call you, and I'd love you to be co-author with my book." I went, "Okay, let me think about it." But it's funny, it was in my spirit to write a book
Right.
2 years before.
Novelist, novelist, you know I catch something from what she said. She said beverages. So I going to question her about the beverages.
It's the same beverage. The
I'm sorry.
no, it's a rich tree line that the
Right,
actual
right,
beverages. So that's what I meant.
right,
I said that, yeah.
right. So, at this point, the rich tree line. Let
Mhm.
us know what the rich tree line is,
Oh, sure. So
please.
I did send you a link tree site
Yes, I
that
did. I did go there, but
okay.
I was on my way out
And
to.
that's okay. So basically, this information there talks about the health benefits of the herb. It speaks about if it's a right fit for you or not. I am looking to collab with other people as well because we're expanding our business. And for me, it's just to be able to share what we have, and that information is there. I'm adding more content there, but right now there's information about. There's actually a doctor on there who's a naturopathic doctor, a chiropractor, and a kinesiologist, and there's some information there as well that he speaks on. That's his area of expertise, and there's other things there as well because we have other lines of business in that ecosystem, at the different verticals within our business that creates a whole ecosystem. And that
Nice,
ecosystem is pretty balanced because it offers like not just beverages, but it's a healthy lifestyle option. And that's
nice.
what Wish Tree is about. Because as I mentioned before, when we created the name Witch Tree years ago, before we even bought this company, is that I actually drew a sketch, and that sketch had a tree, it had a home under it, it had rivers passing through it, and that for me meant that we have a solid foundation and many branches. And so Witch Tree is just one part of that. And for me, looking forward now is just to continue to create a family, what we call a tribe of individuals who are like-minded, who want health for themselves and their family, who want to change the trajectory of their legacy in the way of health and finances. And so that led me now. I mean, everything sort of came together because of how it started. And me writing this book with the compiler, Pat Russell, there was a series of um, writers that came together. And we were actually on Amazon. We became number one bestseller on Amazon. For me, that was a huge step out of my comfort zone. And I decided to go ahead with it. But it's funny, I actually started writing content from my book, and I just took from that and I provided that as my contribution. So I'm very proud. I'm very thankful. I'm very gratitude is like overflowing from me. It doesn't matter what's happening in your life, illness, death. There's a lot that's happened last year with my family. You know, all these things. I'm just so thankful, and this is an opportunity right now that I'm thankful for. That I'm able to share on this platform.
And we're definitely thankful for having you with us.
And the
And
book is
Yeah,
called Stronger Resilience, by the way.
yeah.
right. Say
So
that again. The name of
The
the book
name
is
of the book is Stronger Resilience.
Stronger, and you can find that on Amazon,
Yes,
right?
I'm actually going to put a link on Linktree. I'm going to
Okay.
put a link so that you can order directly from me because that goes to the publishing house
All right.
on Amazon. But I'll put a link there in by Monday. I'll do that.
Okay. And I just put the link
the
for
next,
the people
Thank you.
on Facebook, so you guys could
and I
definitely
just put it
look
up on the
through.
screen so they could see it.
Oh, thank you
Right.
very much. Thank you. Thank you.
That is how we work. And
I sense synergy here.
no,
What's that?
novelist,
I sense synergy.
of course.
Yes,
Okay.
synergy.
So novelist,
Yes,
I
sir.
like what you did. I like what you did. You put link tree up because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I just lost a good friend of mine to
I'm so,
stage 4 some kind of cancer.
I'm so sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Condolences, yeah.
So you
Oh, I think you froze.
Yeah, he froze again.
I froze.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay. What I think what you're doing now is helping the people and helping everybody be healthy, because I think if we know what we need to consume to stop us from being unhealthy,
Mm,
it will help.
yes.
Don't you think so? Good
I,
sir.
oh, go ahead, sir.
Good
Yeah,
sir.
most definitely.
You
Um,
know.
that's it.
No, I'm good.
He's
I'm good.
asking.
I'm good. I ask you if you agree with me, novelist.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
I mean
Uh,
I mean I
so
mean
okay, so we have the rich tree link up there.
we have the link tree.
Let's get the proper name and spelling because we want to send people to Kimai
On my Instagram,
on your
it's
Instagram.
it's KIMYI, which is Kimai Decor and Event Design.
I'm
Right.
looking.
So
Novelist.
you guys could definitely go look out for her on that Instagram. I'm gonna post that up as well.
Yeah,
And
please do that. So I could put it up on the screen one time. When we get it on the
so
screen.
I don't know if you want me to call you Miss McLean or Miss Joseph, but
Well,
I know you've been comfortable enough for Carrie Ann.
I'm okay with Carrie Ann. Joseph,
No,
as you see, I have enough name for 4 people, right? Carrie Ann.
Yeah.
no, but novelist, there was another question I had to ask that
Go
was
ahead,
not
sir.
asked.
Go ahead, sir.
Miss Joseph McLean carry on off. What part of Dominica are you actually from, though?
So I actually grew my family's from Marigot, and I grew up there.
Shh.
I grew up there.
Novelist,
I went to St. Andrews.
novelist, I
Nice.
got to novelist, I got to do something, Novelist, let me tell you something. You know who is my wife, right?
Yes, sir.
My wife said she probably could be related to her. For
Yoo-hoo!
for real, because she's like all the Josephs, all the Christmases,
Oh,
and all the Saint Timmy's from up that side.
oh wow.
One
When
word.
I was going to
Oh,
St. Andrews, there's a lot of Josephs there,
Oh
but they
yeah.
were
one
always.
world. All I can say is one world. Nah.
Yeah, my mom is Dominican. Like my grandmother had 10 kids, right? So it's
Ooh.
like there's a lot of us. We have a WhatsApp chat. It's like 150 people.
Oh
So
wow.
family.
Nice.
Wow.
Just the posting. Thank you so much for posting the Kimai. There's no ampersand. It's just the word and A-N-D.
Oh yeah.
But that's okay
Uh,
because Instagram doesn't recognize the characters. That's why.
okay.
I wanted to put and, but I don't know why. The ampersand.
Okay.
But just the
Okay.
word actual spell.
That's my bad. So
But
yeah,
thank you.
no problem. I'll have that fixed in a minute.
Yeah, but
So at,
Dominic is my countryman. I get it.
at the end of the day, you are what we were. You are one of the people that we like to big up right here on Dissect. And I have to say this, novelist is is a deep individual. So we was like, I do music, he does music, and we were like, we need to diversify, we need to get everything.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this. Today he sent me your stuff before I went out, and I did what I did, and I enjoyed myself. And I did have a
As we could clearly tell, right? Right?
so
You,
please forgive me for my
Well,
not
that's okay. You've actually gone through a lot of information, and you've been able to
for
communicate with me.
for
So good.
for me not being clear as I should be. But I am going to be honest. When he sent me this stuff, he sent me about you. I did go on and I did look at it with my wife, and I was amazed because you even did a video on Instagram saying that this is your name, this is who you are, and they should book you. And right now, you have the opportunity to say the same advertisement you said on
Thank you.
Instagram right here, right now.
Well, thank you. So, all of those of you who are listening and listen to this platform, continue to listen and continue to invite your friends to listen, because as we continue to support each other, that's how we grow as a tribe, as a family. And for my business that's growing, I'm so thankful that it grew organically. And for those of you who are visiting my Instagram page, please feel free to follow me, send me a direct message through Instagram. I will. I always respond, and if you'd like to book me, I'd be more than honored to be able to make your dreams, your concept, your ideas come to life, to bring it to life. So whatever it is that you have, a question, don't be shy. Ask me a question. I'll be able to assist you with that. And for bookings, I do travel. I love traveling. So I do bookings anywhere that the good Lord will allow me to travel. And I have fun in the process. And like I said, thank you for listening. Thank you for considering me as your event designer.
Thank you for joining us this evening, Carrie Ann.
Thank you.
And
We have a history. I've known you for like all these years.
yeah,
But
we
you know,
do.
let me say this one thing before we wrap up. I know you're going to wrap up soon with me.
No,
I've known him for like almost like what, 25 years.
you
But
could tell, you
Probably,
could
yeah,
say,
yeah.
you could
And you
say
know
anything
what?
on there.
We lost contact for
Hmm.
like what, 20 years
Yeah,
almost.
maybe,
And
yeah.
I saw him at the Dominica function. I go,
No,
no, give me a number. We gotta stay in contact.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then that's how we got in contact. So again, everything's divine. There's no such thing as a coincidence. As long
definitely.
as whatever you're seeking in life is seeking you.
Yeah, that's
And if you
true.
do good, good will follow. If
Definitely,
you give, add value, value will come back to you.
most definite.
Right? And if you continue to uplift others, you'll be uplifted. Maybe not from the same source, but you always get that back.
Nice. All right. Thank you for
Again,
joining us.
condolences to you with the loss of your friend.
See you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll talk soon.
Take care.
we will
All
talk
right.
soon.
Yes.
Even you and I will talk soon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's of course was Miss Carrie Ann Joseph McLean. And do follow her. The link is right there on Facebook for you guys on YouTube to see that. So yeah, man. Thank you guys for joining us.
Hold on, hold on.
I
You
hope you
can't.
guys have a pleasant week and a
Novelist,
pleasant
you don't seen
weekend.
that?
I want to say for you guys next week, we will have another beautiful lady with us. And of course, she goes by the name of Judy and she does natural hair products. So go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend next week. Ladies, we want to see you right here on Dissect with us, all right? And like I was saying, I will see you guys when I see you.